And Geba Sojola here. In this video, we'll be basically discussing a cryptocurrency which is on a list of a crypto paper which was released around June of 2021, right, by an institution known as the World Economic Forum. This cryptocurrency is known as Celo. Because I'm in South Africa, we would actually pronounce it as Celo, right? Now, Celo is an open source platform to build a monetary system that creates the conditions by which financial inclusion can occur, specifically for people that don't have access to bank accounts or banking services, but have access to a smartphone. There's about 6.6 billion smartphones on this planet. Now, Celo basically allows individuals to access financial tools, for example, staking and DeFi, right? It does this by creating a global payment system infrastructure that is specifically for mobile phones or specifically for smartphones, right? Now, when we look at the Celo protocol, right, it enables the creation of digital assets, right, which are pegged to real world assets. For example, you can be able to create a token within the system or platform to basically uh, 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 be able to tokenize real world assets, right? So I can tokenize maybe a hospital or a restaurant or a solar power or a farm or a mine, right? Now, basically, also what the Celo platform can do is that it has an on-chain public key, right, infrastructure that basically links a phone number with a public key, right? So basically, to be able to use this Celo platform, you would need, as a customer, you would need just to have access to a smartphone and a phone number, right? Now I want to look at the Celo stablecoin stability mechanism, right? Now, Celo on the platform has been able to produce about three stable coins. The first one is known as Celo dollar, right? Which is pegged to the US dollar, right? Pegged to $1 for one US Celo dollar. And then you've got an available stablecoin known as Celo Euro, which is pegged to the euro. And you've got a stablecoin known as the Celo Real, right? Which is pegged to the currency used in Brazil, right? Now, the stability mechanism which is used in this platform basically makes sure that at any given time of the platform's existence or operation, that all the stable coins within the system are equal or are pegged to the value of the real currency that they are attached to. For example, it makes sure that whatever happens in the market, the Celo dollar will forever remain $1, equal or pegged to $1. The Celo euro will forever be equal to €1, right? So it always makes sure that this mechanism kicks in when there is maybe a problem of fixed supply or a variable value of the tokens within the system. Now, one of the most special things about this platform is that its infrastructure or its technology is that compatible to of central banks around the world, right? So it uses technology which is compatible to technology used by central banks around the world. In South Africa, we have something called a reserve bank. So basically, Celo can act as a bridge by which the central bank can access or be able to send money or make transactions or payments directly to the individuals on their phone. So it's great for that, right? Now, but the most valuable feature about the Celo is that something known as a regenerative finance, right? So the regenerative finance is fundamentally attached to the green transition or or dealing with issues of climate change, right? So basically, you have a platform that deals with issues of climate change that has a carbon system attached to it, right? A carbon markets attached to it and a carbon credit system attached to it. And this comes into effect in you being able to use the platform for carbon offsets and examples like that. Now, for example, if I am an entrepreneur who wants to build a solar plant that will supply a community with renewable energy, right? For doing this, the Silo platform has a technology that, number one, can identify that you are really producing the renewable energy, right? Number two, be rewarded through the carbon credit system, right? And the link with carbon markets for doing that or doing the right things for the planet, right? You can also be paid, or people can donate money directly to you from wherever they are through this protocol and payment system, right? So basically, it also functions as a trustless system, right? It can function as a cross-border system, right? So this technology would be great for places that don't have much access to banking services, like deep rural areas in Africa or in South America, right? People who don't have access to these banking infrastructure, but who have access to cell phones, right? Smartphones, right? If they can access WhatsApp, they can basically use this technology on their phone, right? And it's quite an easy technology to use, right? So thank you for this opportunity. I'll see you in the next video. Now, the Celo's core utility would be number one, used to tokenize, right? Anything, right? Number two, it can also be used for governance. So anybody who holds the Celo token within the system can be part of decision making within this platform, right? It can also be used as staking, right? Right, staking. You can also access things like DeFi, right? and and there is a reserve, some sort of reserve bank, right, or vault, which various things or various tokens can be stored there. You can store bitcoins and things like that, right? So it is a multi utility token that can be used to help alleviate the problem of financial inclusion in areas very deep in rural Africa.